Good morning, दोस्तों. Today we are going to discuss a poem of class 9th. This is the second poem. The name of the poem is Wind, written by Subramania Bharati. He was a great Tamil poet, also well known for his patriotism. He was born in 1882 and died in 1921. So his patriotism mainly before pre-independence era. He was very famous. So as he wrote the poem mainly in Tamil language, so here this poem you find in English. Actually, A.K. Ramanujan, a great Kannada poet, also known as English poet, so he translated a lot of classical and modern poetry into English. So here also, A.K. Ramanujan, he had translated this poem Wind into English of Subramania Bharati. So, if you read the poem, on the time you will find that mainly what is the purpose of writing this poem. On that time, all of you know that it's impossible for them to directly wrote any work against the British. So with symbol, yes, symbolically they use such type of language so that the Indians can understand their language, understand their feelings, and they will act according to the feelings of the writers. So here also you find such type of theme of the poem Wind. So let's go to the poem. Wind, come softly. Don't break the shutters of the windows. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore them, the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling raptors, crumbling woods, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. The wind god who knows and crushes them all. He wouldn't do what you tell him. So, come, let's build strong homes. Let's join the doors firmly. Practice to farm the body. Make the heart steadfast. Do this, and the wind will be friends with us. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. Let's start the explanation of the poem. Wind comes softly. Here, wind represents as a destructive force. So, at the beginning of the poem, the poet requests, the poet prays to the wind god to come softly. Okay. Second line, don't break the shutters of the windows. That's why at the beginning of the poem, the poet urges, the poet requests to come softly. All of you know that if the wind comes strongly, on that time it can break everything, it can destroy everything. That's why it's a pray of the poet to the wind. कि don't break the shutters of the windows, don't scatter the papers, don't throw down the books on the shelf. Everything in sequence manner the poet gives. But he finds that the wind comes so boldly, so speedily, that it can break the shutters of the windows, it can scatter the papers, it can throw down the books on the shelf. You know that all of you keep the books on the shelf in a sequence manner. But if the wind comes so boldly on the time, it can throw down, it can scatter all the books from itself. That's why it's a phrase of the poet to the wind god. And the fourth line, okay, don't throw down the books on the shelf. And the fifth line, there you look what you did. You threw them all down. So when the poet prays to the god of wind, on the time the poet thinks that the wind god may listen his words and he will come so softly. But what to say? Alas, he didn't listen. The wind god doesn't listen the prayer of the poet. He comes so boldly and he scatters all the papers, he throw down all the books, he break the shutters of the window. That's why here in the fifth line the poet tries to show the wind god that what you do see in your own eyes. That's why he's saying that look what you did. You threw them all down. Okay. Sixth line, you tore the pages of the books. All of you know that the books were on the shelf. And when the wind blows on the time, all the books scattered down, throw down in the ground. Throw down on the ground. So when the books throw down on the ground, so on that time perhaps the pages were tore down. Okay. You brought rain again in the seventh line. You brought rain again. Because all of you know that it is the previous sign that if the wind blows so boldly, so sweetly, on that time we can imagine that the rain will come. And at the same time, we find that here already the rain came. Okay. In the eighth line, the poet says that you are very clever at poking fun at weaklings. Here the poet told the wind god, yeah wind, that you are very clever at poking. Poking means to make fun. Poking fun means to make fun at weaklings. The person who are weak. So you are making fun to those person who are very weak. Frail, crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters. Frail means weak. Crumbling means breaking. Here, frail, crumbling houses means you are breaking the weak houses, frail houses. Here, the wind is breaking the weak houses. Crumbling doors মানে weak doors, crumbling rafters, weak beams of the roof, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. Here you are breaking not only the houses, doors, rafters, woods, but also the human bodies, but also the human lives, but also the human heart. Here the poet uses the word heart because at the beginning of the line, at the beginning of the poem, we find that he prayed the God. He prayed the God wind cannot come so speedily so that you can break everything, so that you can destroy everything. But the wind god didn't listen the words of the poet, and he came so speedily that it broke all the things. Lastly, it found that he not only broke the all the materials, all the things of the human being, he broke the hearts of the human being. He broke the hearts of the poet. He damaged, he destroyed the lives of the human being. He destroyed the bodies of the human being. So then in the next line, the wind god unos and crushes them all. Unos means here blows. Here the wind god blows so speedily and crushes them all. Crushes means destroy them all. Destroy the lives of the human being all. They do not resist. The human being do not resist the destructive force of the wind. Okay, next, he don't do what you tell him. He don't do what you tell him. Mane, here first he is the wind. Wind wouldn't do what you tell him. You means here the human being, the ordinary people. That what the ordinary people told here, actually tell means not tell, but here it is request. The ordinary people, the simple people requested the wind to come softly so that they would not face such type of destruction. Yet he didn't listen the words. That's why the poet said that he wouldn't do what you tell him. So what to do? We have to do something. We have to protest it. So here from the next line, the poet gives us the suggestion that what to do. At the beginning time, if we pray the wind to come softly, but he didn't listen it. On the time, what we have to do. So from the next line, the poet says, as you know that कि when the wind didn't listen the pray the request of the human being, on that time we have to do something. What? So come, let's build strong homes, that what we build it will be strong, so that the destructive force of the wind didn't do anything with the homes. Let's join the door family. Key in the beginning lines we find that the doors, the windows were broken by the wind. But we have to build such type of doors, such type of windows that it can't broke. That's why the poet request here to the human being, to the ordinary people, that let's join the doors family. Practice to farm the body. We find that even the wind destroy the human bodies, human lives. So we have to be make ourselves firm. So we have to practice ourselves to be firm, means to be bold, so that we can protect, so that we can protest the wind. Next line, make the heart steadfast. make the heart steadfast. Means steadfast means resolutely firm. Resolutely firm. Okay. So जैसे we find that कि the wind blows so strongly, so we have to build our body so strong so that we can protest the wind. And the next line, do this and the wind will be friends with us. So if you do like that, means here the poet wants to say that if we pray to the wind god on that time, the wind didn't listen your words. But you have to be bold, you have to be courageous, you have to be strong. On that time, he will be your friend. Here, the poet wants to say only one word, that only with the strong person the wind makes friendship. That's why he is saying like this. Okay. And then the wind blows out weak fires. It's very important. The wind blows out weak fires. Here, if you find that if the fires, if the fire is weak, means not vast, on that time it can blows out, means wipe out the fire. But if the fire is strong, माने इस जगह पे ये कहना चाहते हैं अगर आग कम रहेगा तो उसको बुझा देगा, अगर आग ज्यादा रहेगा तो उसको क्या करेगा. सो इफ द फायर इज स्ट्रॉन्ग ऑन दैट टाइम द wind helps the fire. Helps means to grow the fire. Here you find the word flourish. Flourish means grow, yeah, spread, yeah, develop. And also at the same time roar. With the help of the wind, the fire roars. So here, as the fire is strong on the time, the wind helps it. Okay. Next line, his friendship is good. We praise him every day. So his friendship is good. Why good? Because if you are strong, if you are courageous, if you are bold, on that time he will make friendship with you. And when he will make friendship with you, on that time he will help you. Imagine you are strong fire and how the wind help the strong fire. In the same way, if you are bold, you are courageous, you are strong, on the time the wind will help you. And if you are weak, if you always pray to the wind, on the time the wind will destroy you. That's why the poet urges all the human being to be courageous, to be bold, to be strong, and we have to praise him every day. If we are strong on the time, he will help you. So we may say that here through this line the poet suggests to the Indian people to be bold, courageous, and strong to protest with the Britishers mainly. If you are bold, courageous, on the time you can protest the Britishers, on the time the freedom will come. So, what is the central theme of the poem? Here the poet says that कि even when you face a lot of hardships, problems, obstacles in life, you should never give up. Instead, you should be friend to those problems. Just like the poet who tries to befriend his hardship, the wind so that it is may help him instead of harming him. The poet wrote this poem to encourage people towards the bright side of any problem. He wants us to know that even if life is full of challenges, there is a way to turn them into our weapons. In this poem, the wind gives us strength to face the challenges. The poet has advised us to be strong in mind and body. Remind it. The poet has advised us to be strong in mind and body. The wind will be our friend when we are strong. Here, wind represents the difficulties and challenges that we all face and go through in our lives. We should face our challenges bravely and with courage. We should face our challenges bravely and with courage. We have to be strong when there are difficulties in life so that we can face them bravely. Remember it, we have to be strong when there are difficulties in life so that we can face them bravely. Okay. Now we'll discuss the poetic device used in this poem. So at first we said that anaphora. What is anaphora? When two or more lines starts with the same word, on the time we may say it as anaphora. As you find, the second line, third line and fourth line starts with the same word don't. That's why we may say it as anaphora. And also you find the sixth line, seventh line and eighth line. This line also starts with the same word. So these are also anaphora. Second poetic device is personification. What do you mean by personification? When an inanimate object of nature is personified as human being. An inanimate object of nature is personified as human being, on the time we may say it as personification. Here in this poem, wind is personified as human being. That's why the poet uses you. Always he uses you. You come, you go. In this way, he uses the word you. So here the wind is personified as human beings. So we say it as personification. Next one is repetition. Here you find that the particular word crumbling is repeated many times. What for what reason? To emphasize. That's why we say it is repetition. Okay. Next is alliteration. When two or more consecutive words starts with the same consonant letter a sound, on the time we may say it as alliteration. Here you find wind, winnows. Next one is wouldn't want. So we may say it as alliteration. Next is symbol. Wind here refers to the changes in life. So it's a symbol. I hope all of you understand this poem very clearly. So thanks a lot. Have a nice day.